Boom, 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 boom.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Assalamu alaikum, imama.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
It's so nice to see you finally. It's been what, ages? Years? Thousands of years? I don't know.
Yeah, it's been years. Like it's been a lot of years. और उसके अलावा, like, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. So yes, I can hear you. I can see you, and you look great.
This is the thank you for giving me this because मैंने आज बड़ी मेहनत से मैं नहा के आई हूँ. It's the first time in this quarantine. Okay, I was like, you know what? Let's just put some effort.
Thank you so much, imama, for coming to this show. Or because I know that you have been busy
Yeah.
with science views and stuff. What you have been up to?
Quarantining it. I'm sorry?
What have you been up to?
I've been up to so many things. Well, I don't know if I can tell you all the cool projects that I'm actually working on, but Science Fuse is up to something really, really amazing. We are going digital. So,
Like that's the crux of it.
I'm sorry?
That's the crux of it.
Yeah, that's the crux of it. So, Lala se puchna
Okay,
padega,
imama,
itna bata sakti.
you know when my cousins actually got to know that you were coming to this show, one of my cousins did something with your pictures.
Elaborate, did something with my pictures is a very ambiguous sentence.
I mean, he actually found a resemblance, and that resemblance is actually very uncanny, and you are going to love it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I will try.
I can see myself. Thoda upar karo camera.
Just a second.
Hey, that's Merida in me. Okay, now we can see it.
Yes. Let me show you another picture.
I love her and I love this. Okay, this one's just wow.
This is exactly like this is Merida in real life.
Jo baat hai. I okay. Hey, that's so cute. I love this.
Like, I know this is actually quite good, and this is awesome.
Yeah. Twins. Yeah.
Identical twins.
Mom's going wow in the comments.
Okay, Yumna, not Yumna, sorry, Imama, I have to ask you one thing.
Huh.
Because she was there and she was saying, oh.
She's there. We all miss Yumna as well. Hi, Yumna.
Okay, so firstly, like, thanks for coming to this show. And I want to tell people that Imama is doing great things. Like, firstly, she's studying some scientific subject. What subject are you studying, by the way?
Biotechnology, some scientific subject. Okay, so I'm doing.
Yeah, it is very scientific subject. That means she's a scientist. Secondly, she's an educator. And third, she's a model. And she's a pretty good model. Or pretty and good model.
Yay. Thank you.
So Imama, now people know you as three things, as basically three personalities. You are a scientist, you are a model, and you're a teacher. So which role you personally cherish the most and why?
Okay, so I feel like right off the bat, I can say okay, it's either between being a scientist and between a teacher. But then I also know I'm a bit biased because I love children, I love kids, and I just love being around them and just teaching them and just learning from them. You know, it's just usme mera personal satisfaction ka jo factor. It's just, but then when I'm in my lab and just the feeling of going to my classes and just going into my lab makes me feel like yaar, there's so much to know. And I've always felt like the more you know, the more you realize how much there it is to know in the world. Okay? And I've had the opportunity to work with such amazing minds my teachers, my professors, my colleagues, and they just inspire me so much. And just the satisfaction of thinking कि यार आप एक lab में जाओगे and you're going to do something, and it's directly contributing to the progress of science and humanity, maybe in
Yes.
some way, and that feeling is just, but kids. So I can't decide. It's between a scientist and a teacher.
So, Imama, you have been working with Science Fuse. So, and you're a scientist as well. So, I want to ask you something that is related to scientific field, I would say, and basically the subject science. And that question is that how do you think the perspective has changed related to science? यानी जब हम बच्चे थे, तब से लेके अब तक, do you think that perspective has changed parents के लिए? Or basically science का overall, that perspective has changed or not?
Okay, it is changing. I would say it is, but then I also feel like वो change उस scale पे और उतना rapidly नहीं हो रहा जितनी ज़रूरत है हमें उस change की. You get it? So working at Science Fuse has made me realize Science Fuse के साथ काम करने से कि we see such enthusiastic parents and children, and we can see they're really young, and of course when they grow up they're going to contribute to the scientific world in some way, hopefully.
Right.
So we see that, but then we also see this sort of gap which we at Science Fuse are trying to challenge, कि जो एक particular हमारी society के लोग हैं उनको तो शायद इस बात की importance का idea होगा, but then there is a majority of the people who are living in Pakistan, उनको science तो क्या education ही नहीं मिल रही. So you get it, there's a huge gap, and us, people like us, we're trying to target that, and I hope we can target that because we really need that change. I mean, ये corona वाली situation ही देख लो, like it's so imperative that we invest in science and great minds, and we make these kids of tomorrow realize how important it is, and I hope people realize it because it's high time. So it's happening, but it's kind of slow, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of slow. And okay, the same question is actually related to the education. तुमने कहा कि there's a gap, there's a huge gap when it comes to science. तो अब अगर हम education को देखें, people are struggling towards there are organizations, there are social enterprises who are working towards this thing. They are working on STEM education. So do you think that is it going to take a lot of time? या फिर क्योंकि they are reaching public schools as well. And you yourself as an educator have visited a lot of public schools and you have organized several workshops. So do you think that even if we keep working in this field with this pace, can we achieve it in like 10 years or 20 or more?
Okay, I have this theory of setting small goals, right? So I feel like जब भी आप इस तरह के goals set करो ना कि you need to have obviously a bigger picture of what you want to achieve, but then I feel like अच्छा if I'm working towards the change, तो 6 महीने में क्या असर आएगा उसका, 1 साल में क्या असर आएगा उसका, 1.5 साल में क्या असर, so like maybe 6 months, 3 months. And अगर आप small goals में काम करो, you work in increments, then you can see a large change, like overall picture में. So,
exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like every effort that we make, I don't think the pace matters itna zyada, at least for me. Abhi when I'm working, I just feel like if I'm teaching a class और उसमें से 2 बच्चों का भी रुझान साइंस की तरफ और उसकी importance उनके दिमाग में बैठ जाती है, तो that's I've done my job, and I will continue to improve on that कि next time
exactly, and it feels so good.
So it's just like a trickling effect, I would say कि एक से दूसरा, दूसरे से तीसरा, and then I feel like कि जो change होगा फिर वो एक exponential level पे आपको नजर आने लग जाएगा. So even if it seems like कि the difference that you're making is like really tiny, just keep at it, and then who knows, maybe 10 साल नहीं 5 साल में ही आपको फर्क नजर आ जाए, because there are organizations who are doing amazing work. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so Imama, as you know, as we all know, that you are an amazing model, and everybody, like, when we think about when we think about modeling, हम लोग बहुत fascinate होते हैं उस word से, ठीक है? Like everybody is fascinated by that word. And I want to ask you that what is the biggest misconception of modeling industry?
Okay, first of all, I do not consider myself so like an expert on this, but my personal experiences, I will talk about them. I just feel like
Uh-huh.
आप जब तस्वीरें देखते हैं ना, it's so glamorous and you're just like wow, ठीक है, but उसके पीछे जितना time और effort गया होता है ना, it's not like it's hours of work. It's like and you know that's no excuse because I've made a commitment, you know, so I have to go, I have to work. I can't just say कि, oh अच्छा मुझे घर जाने दे, मुझे बुखार हो गया. So it's not that easy. It looks very very glamorous, it looks very very fascinating, but it has taken hours and hours and hours of effort and non-stop effort. So there's that. So it's another job. Three cheese I would say is that there's like acha, you have to be really really careful with the kind of work that you're doing, that you have to stay in tune with your like whatever your ethic is. It's very easy to just, you know, fall into a hole. You know, people take advantage of you. They won't pay you on time, stuff like that. So you need to set some ground rules, and I think those are very very important. कि आप अपने morals के और अपने ethic के आगे ना जाएं तो, you know, I would say that would be better. So there's that. What else?
Right.
What else? Yeah, another thing.
Oh, my
There's
video
this
has
always
virus.
this thing, you know. I'm sorry.
Someone said that my video has virus. Like, is my video breaking?
It is a little bit,
Now is it fine?
but it's fine now. हाँ अब बेहतर है. थोड़ा
It's
सा
fine.
फस के आ रही है. हाँ.
Okay, I don't know why it is like that. There must be some signal issue. Like, हर रोज किसी और का issue होता है, आज मेरा issue होता है. And today I have a special guest.
I came prepared. अच्छा तो
Okay, imama, like,
can you hear me?
one question that I ask every guest on my show is that
Okay.
what is that thing that keeps you bright in the darkest of times?
That's a nice question. Okay, that's something. Bear with me. I've thought about this a lot. Okay? Or for personal reasons, of course. So I feel like आप जब किसी से ये सवाल पूछते हैं ना कि what keeps you happy or bright or uplifted when, you know, times are bad, आप उनसे usually उस time में नहीं पूछते जब वो actually किसी problem के through जा रहे होते हैं. Like right now, I'm, if not, you know, I'm stable. I'm comfortable.
Mashallah.
I'm happy in this moment, right?
Yeah.
So I can name 10,000 things. I can say cooking अच्छी लगती है मुझे. I can say talking to my friends make me really happy. I can say I have this habit of watching this TV show with my friends at night. I love that. You know, so one of my friends pointing it out in the comments as well. Yeah. So these are the things that make me really really happy. But on a bad day, when I'm hating my own existence, when nothing is making sense to me, I love reading, but I can't pick up that damn book because it feels so heavy. I love cooking, but I can't seem to find the energy to leave my bed. So all these answers don't make sense anymore. So I can say, because I love doing this, I love doing that, they make me bright. But it's not true, because when I'm in that state of mind, I can do none of those things. So when I'm in that state of mind, I've sort of, and this also I've had to train myself into doing, I've sort of trained myself to basically remind myself of good moments, of good times, you know, and that takes a lot of effort as well. So what I think of is, okay, someone is missing me, you know, and that means something to me. A friend of mine thinks that I'm a good person. That should mean something to me. And then I start thinking of bigger things, कि maybe I did something positive for someone. कभी science news पे कोई बच्चा मेरी वजह से खुश हो गया, you know. कभी मेरी teacher को मेरा कोई काम. So, and these are things, so my mind has logical reasoning to believe कि, you know, because these are not things that are being told किसी encouragement के purpose से. कोई मुझे सिर्फ खुश करने के लिए ये चीजें कह नहीं रहा. ये वो चीजें हैं जो मेरी जिंदगी में हुई हुई हैं. These are good experiences that I've felt. These are moments that have made me happy. So there's concrete proof that they exist, right? So then
Right.
I can tell my mind, right now you're in this state of mind, but you've also felt that, and those moments were precious, right? So maybe my existence is not completely worthless. So that's what I think. And then this is a process. This is a long process. It takes 2-3 hours, and then I can slowly go back to the people who I know love me and who I know will take care of me and who will maybe baby me a little, and who will just say, oh, come here, here's a hug. Then I can go back to them, and then it's all good. So
I was just
that's what I think.
I was synchronizing your answer with the comments below, and that's amazing.
Sweet.
This is one of the best answers I ever get. Like, it is pure. It is actually about self-reflection, and it is something directly from your heart. I really appreciate it. Like, I wanted people to be natural in my show. Like, I know your curls are natural, but your answers are natural too.
Yeah.
Okay, Mama,